What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of What You Talking About Willis podcast. Real quick, I always thank people that's been here with me from day one. Appreciate the support. Almost to 600 subs. Um, I love y'all to death. Thank y'all so much. Those that's new here, welcome to the channel. I'm just here to speak the raw and honest truth, and we'll be doing this channel because chaos one truth at a time. And we're gonna get into it right quick. Okay, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. It's gonna be fairly quick, but it's been a little bit now since the assassination of CK. If you don't know who CK is, Charlie Kirk, and it's been horrific that for what that family has had to go through. Also, what the conservative group of people mindset has had to witness because of that. And when I say that, I mean the radical, dangerous left. And we can say that they are dangerous because they are the ones that's causing all the harm, the violence. It's clear and evident that that's the party that's promoting the violence just because of something that they don't like or something said that they don't agree with. And my main focus today is really going to be about these pastors, especially these black pastors. I think the church, I can't speak on white churches or any other race church because I don't really know what's going on in there. And so maybe you guys can help me to attend these churches to see if it's the same or any consistent patterns going on in there. And with the black church, I think that's one of the places that's causing so much divisiveness in the black community. And so, what does the black church do? And I'm not saying all black churches, don't get me wrong. This is not all black churches, but a lot of them, the woke black leaders. I've been talking about that for, I don't know, years now. These woke black leaders, these pastors, are some of the most divisive people in the black community. You can be mad at me. You can turn your face up. You can say, oh, no, you're wrong, whatever. You can call me whatever. But it's the truth. And I'm going to play a video here in a second of this pastor just going in on Charlie Kirk after this dude was assassinated. It's one thing to say, you know what, I didn't agree with him, but we all understand that this is not the way to go. Also, a lot of black folks, black leaders, black people on the media networks talking about this man was racist or whatever, and all they do is take little clips and snippets of what he would say about the black community. And then other communities will take snippets about what he would say, I don't know, about transgender or whatever, and not get the whole context of what he's saying. See, the thing about the black community is that we don't want to take accountability for nothing. We want to be the victim of everything. We want everybody to bow and worship us and think black people are the greatest people on the planet. But when it comes to solving our own issues and dealing with what's going on in the black community, we don't want to hear that. As a matter of fact, anybody that says anything that's against the popular narrative for black folks, i.e., slavery, the system, white supremacy, all this other bull crap, it's automatically deemed as racist. So anybody that tries to speak some truth, they don't want to hear that. And I'm about getting sick and tired of it. And nobody's really talking about it, but I feel like I got to say my piece on it because it's been something I've been thinking about for a while now. And it's actually pretty sad that I even have to talk about this. And it's growing up in the black church. Maybe I was young. Maybe I didn't pay attention to it or notice it, but I'm noticing it more and more now. And it's actually pretty sad. And I encourage y'all, when these pastors start going off all of these rants, talk about racism and all this other stuff, tune them out, get you a new church. Here, the church is supposed to be bringing people together and preaching about the gospel. That, you bring some of this stuff up and with no fact base, you just going off emotional rants, that's a problem. I don't even know who this dude is. I honestly don't. So Y'all can let me know in the comments who this dude is. I don't know who this dude is, okay? But listen to what he says. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I'm overwhelmed seeing the flags of the United States of America at half staff, calling this nation to honor and venerate a man who was an unapologetic racist.
Right there. I've seen plenty of Charlie Kirk's videos. And he has a wide range of topics of what he's talking about. It's not like he goes out and only talks about black folks. He has a wide range of topics that he invited people to discuss and debate him about. And every time I seen a black person, particularly I'm talking about this subject, a black person come debate him, whatever, he just lays out facts. That's all he does. The facts don't lie. And for him to come on stage and the people in the background cheering, calling this man a racist. This is why the word race, racist, racism, these words are all watered down now. Because to the woke blacks, every little thing is racist. Like there's really, I don't even know, there's no true meaning of racist anymore because literally everything is racist. Every time you say something about the black community that's put the black community in a negative light, is racist.
And spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land.
You would think Charlie Kirk was some kind of, I don't know, KKK member. He didn't say anything to anyone on a racist scale. All he did was debate facts. As a matter of fact, I've seen some of his videos where people would talk to him about basketball. He had normal conversations. And yet, when I tell people to pull up some racist thing that he said, they try to bring up the whole airplane thing. If I see a black pilot or whatever, you guys don't even understand the concept of what he's saying. You guys lack the mental skill to sit down and break down what he's talking about. And it's not even that you lack it. You don't want to even try to consider what he's trying to talk about. You don't want to know. You want to be ignorant.
And hearing people with selective rage who were mad about Charlie Kirk but didn't give a damn about Melissa Hortman and her husband when they were shot down in their home, tell me I ought to have compassion for the death of a man who had no respect for my own life. I am sorry, but there's nowhere in Bible where we are taught to honor evil. And how you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life. I can abhor the violence that took your life, but I don't have to celebrate how you chose to live. I am overwhelmed.
It sounds nice. It sounds nice to a crowd that only has one way of thinking. It sounds nice to people who think this country is full of white supremacists or whatever. This is absolutely horrific what this dude is up there on this stage saying. And what's even more worse is the people in the crowd cheering. There is no evidence that this dude, Charlie Kirk, was some kind of evil person. There's people talking about he was trying to bring the black man down, black people down, all sorts of other stuff. Where? Where is it? I don't see it. Never seen it. Never seen it. I think the black church has become a big problem. I know that's bad to say, but this is not the only case of this. It's not the only case of this. Y'all remember COVID? I remember those of us who didn't want to take the vaccine, that was our choice. But these churches, these pastors, the ones that supposed to lead God's people, they were saying that we were the bad guys. We were evil. They were promoting the propaganda in the church. They were promoting the propaganda in the church, calling people who didn't take the vaccine bad, closing doors to people who didn't take the vaccine or didn't have that vaccine card. This isn't the first time. Oh, don't get me started on the police. Don't get me started on law enforcement. These pastors out here, hands up, don't shoot. All this other stuff. They believed the rhetoric before the story even came out, before the evidence even came out. Bashing law enforcement. What church does this? That is not what we're supposed to be doing in the church. We're supposed to be bringing people in, leading them to Christ. That's what we were supposed to do. But these churches have gotten out of hand. People may not like this. If you got something to say, please in the comments say what you got to say. I'll respond. But it's not the first time the church has been used to divide everybody. Instead of acknowledging the evil and acknowledging the context of what people are saying, you want to take it personal, take it to a race thing, just because he had honest dialogue about what's going on in the black community. He happened to be white. Just because somebody's not the same color as you doesn't mean they don't understand what's going on statistic wise on some community. Shoot, there's plenty of black folks that say the same thing that I'm saying, and the black church casts them out too. So it's nothing new. And I wonder why nobody takes us seriously. Because the first thing we want to do is internalize it and become a victim. They probably know nothing about Charlie. And I'm just talking about Charlie Kirk because this is the topic at hand. They probably know nothing. They probably didn't sit down and listen to what he had to say. I don't think this pastor even sat down and watched any videos. Just listen to what the crowd said, listen to what's the popular opinion in the black community and went with it. Because why? He want people in them seats. He want butts in them seats because it's tithe and offering time. Y'all better pay up in the offering plate. That's what he wants. Any pastor that preaches like this, and I'm not saying I'm some biblical scholar, I went to Bible college, I'm some scholar of the Bible. No, I'm not saying that. But to be a leader, a pastor, you hold yourself to a higher standard. And to come out here and say some of this crazy stuff that he was saying, a devout racist, calling this man evil. Evil is the people who want to take somebody else's life just because they don't agree with them. That's evil. At no point did he talk about the shooter. No point he said anything about the shooter. At no point did he say anything about free speech. At no point did he say anything about coming to the table. We may disagree on certain things, but nobody should lose their life. He wants to start off sounding nice. Oh, he doesn't deserve to die, while simultaneously saying, "Oh well, that's what he gets." Is that what the pastor's supposed to do? Is that what pastors are supposed to do? Oh well, that's what he gets. You would think this dude had pedophilia charges or something. You would think this dude was beating his wife. You would think Charlie was some sort of evil person that was in and out of jail, had multiple charges or something, was a menace to society. None of the above. All the dude did was have debates and gave you a chance to bring points. That's all he did. But y'all want to say the right conservatives are the most dangerous people in this country? I beg to differ. Just yesterday, ICE facility. Radical leftists. I don't care what skin color he is. It's a radical leftist shooting up at ICE facilities. Shooting at ICE facilities, trying to unalive people. Why? Because they have sowed these seeds of, well, the right must be evil. Conservatives are evil. We must get rid of them. They're always saying fascists and Nazis, throwing all this stuff out. Like I said, I don't want to be with y'all long. Y'all stay away from these churches. I'm not trying to get people to not go to church, because somebody's going to spin this and say, oh, he's trying to get people to not go to church. That's not what I'm trying to say. Listen to the messages that they're trying to put in people's heads. Call me crazy, call me delusional, call me whatever you like. But coming up there, leading the church, being the pastor, saying something stupid like this with no factual evidence at all, calling somebody evil, call somebody about racist, with no evidence to back it up in front of the church. And y'all want to tell me I'm crazy. Y'all better stop listening to these people. I'm telling y'all that right now. Y'all better stop listening to these people. Think about what you're saying. Listen to what's being said. Be able to break down stuff by doing your own research. Don't take word from some of these clowns out here. All they doing is trying to be divisive and bring you further away from coming together with people. This country is supposed to be people from all backgrounds living in this country and being positive members of society, working together in this great country. Most conservative people understand that. There's a group of people who don't want us to work together. There's a group of people who don't want us to see what's really going on. There's a group of people who don't want us to live in harmony. They want the separation. They want to put themselves on a pedestal so everybody else can be under them. Thank y'all for listening. Stay safe. Peace.